Hello guys, Duelist-Pugz here. I'm here with a deck profile for my deck, Despia's. This deck's super fun, super consistent. I barely have any issues with it. And the one thing I love about this deck is super customizable. You can just play in different variants. There's a Dark Lord variant, Shaddoll variant, and then the Albaz variant. This is going to be the Albaz variant of it. I have a buddy of mine deck profiling his variant, the Shaddoll variant, and you will see some similarities and differences clearly, both in the main deck and the extra deck. Well, further ado, let's get started with the deck profile. Starting things off with 3 Jesters. Main card in the entire archetype, searches any branded spell or trap, super good, super convenient, and it has a graveyard effect where if a fusion monster would leave the field by battle or your opponent's card effect, target a monster on the field, so engrave this card resolves, target monster becomes, what's the word? His effects become negated, and then he gets special summoned out, but you cannot use that. You cannot use his normal special summon effect to then search. It's only once per turn effect, and you can only use either or effect. So that's the only thing that's really a downside, but half the time it doesn't really matter. You can bring him back with red. You can just special summon him off an ad. There's more than enough ways. Then I'm playing 3 Tragedies. Searcher of the Archetype, don't really need to say anymore. I think 3 is pretty much a staple. Anyone who's playing less, just a lot of questions why. Dramaturge, I play this card at 2. I don't want to see him in my opening hand a whole lot because it's just I want to try to save my searching for a card that a spicy tech that I personally play, which have saved me more times than none. I think 3 can be a bit too bricky. I think 2 is perfectly fine. 1, if you want to play him at 1, go for it. But 2 is currently comfortable for me. I've seen this card either pretty much 1 or none. I'm playing at 2. He helps me in the later games against when it seriously matters in the grind game. He can bring any Despia card back, so he can bring any of your banished fusions, any graveyard fusions if you lost your theater by any chance, or just Jester just to then get that quick search effect off. Just he's good, and then he has a primary effect during main phase. Everyone gains a buff equal to their level, so it doesn't work towards exceeding Link. Well, luckily this deck's an all fusion archetype, so it's not really going to help, but it will buff your opponent's monsters. So be careful with that, and at least make sure that you can get over it. With this deck, I know it can. So then there's Spicy Tech Comedy. I've been seeing a lot of reviews saying that this card's a brick, this card is bad, but I have 0 issues with this. With currently in this format where everything loves to target, I've been seeing a lot of effect veilers, a lot of ogres, just everything again targets. You can just simply send comedy and protect all your Despia cards, not just monsters. But it only works towards Despia, so the Burn Dragon does not get, or Blazing Dragon, sorry, does not get that protection, which kind of sucks that he's not a Despia monster, but he comes back freely, so I guess there's a small trade-off. Playing 2 Albaz, and then 1 of the brand new Ecclesia. I would say like this package is comfortable for me. if you want to play Ecclesia at 2 or 3, you can. I personally just want, I think one's more than enough for me. I have no issues with that one. The Albaz variant is very good. Mostly waiting for the new structure deck that's coming out. So I'm excited for that. Here's a little bit of the Shaddoll package. I have one back row pop and one banish. I may just replace one of them or both of them for the one that draws, just so when I use him as a fusion material, I get a free monster, or I get a free card out of it. So I was thinking about it, but I don't know, still on the fence. 3 trains. I'm playing the patchwork engine in there. Just super good. I don't know why people aren't playing this card enough. I personally like it, but you know, he's their own. What my favorite flavor is doesn't mean it's gonna be your favorite flavor. And if he's sent to the graveyard, so by discard whatever, you search any Pfeiffer card. So in this case, patchwork, and then you can grab another copy of Hint and Polymerization and just pop off. It's too good not to run it. Theater, this is going to be like another Polymerization. So in this deck, you're playing half your, or at least 1/4 of your deck's going to be nothing but Polymerizations, because you have this, you have red, you have Polymerization, and then I do play Super Poly. So you have more than enough cards to fusion summon off. And he is also searchable with Jester because he is a branded card. Or it's a branded card, sorry. Opening, just super good. Highly recommend it. Has a protection towards any fusion if it would be destroyed by card effects. And then has the main effect, which is not a cost, by the way. So it definitely works amazing with Shaddolls. Send a card, special summon a monster, and that's pretty much it. And if you're playing the Shaddol variant, they will also go off because it's not a cent for cost like most cards nowadays. I play 2 reds. I would play this at 3, but finding another copy of red, it's super hard at the moment. I just been looking, well, at this current time, I cannot find it. I'm waiting for TCG player to be up. I'm having troubles getting it, but next profile you will be seeing 3 of this, I promise you. Nadir's Servant. Everyone knows what Nadir is, and for those who magically does not know, this card can also search Albaz if you read it. So that's what's so great about this. You send one of his fusions, get Albaz, fusion's effect activates. I would not recommend sending like Titan or anything, trying to special summon an Albaz during the end phase. But if you play the Dogmatica engine, cool. Pretty much go for it. Highly recommend it. If not, send one of his the light fusion, set a branded card during your opponent's turn, or a follow up during the beginning of your turn. Yeah. And then that was a weird order, but 2 polys, 2 patchwork, go with the chain combo, and then 1 spice tech. I'm testing at Toy Parade. I've had one incident where it did help me win, and then it has a graveyard effect. If I control a fairy, I can add 1 dark monster, 1 level 4 or lower dark monster from deck or from grave to hand. So there's recursions there. And it is also treated as a Pfeiffer card, so it is searchable off a chain. Foolish Burial. Brandon High Spirits, just super good. This card I might cut out because I just wanted to test it out. never came up, never really had an issue where I needed to use it. Just good card, just not right now. Super Polys, better off using cards from your opponent's side of the field. So mostly I'm trying to aim for light and darks, but I might just rework the deck. But yeah, this Super Poly in this deck, super good. Schism, self-explanatory. And then for my hand traps, which I don't know why they were on the bottom, 2 Effect Veiler, 3 Imperms. Just to stop my opponent's cards. There's no reason to explain. Moving on to the fusions. I am playing 3 Burn Dragons, just super good. I would recommend playing that 2 if you want to, just to make room in your extra deck. But before the structure deck comes out, I think 3 is good at the moment, but not until the structure deck drops. Then we're having 2 of these guys. I'm not going to even attempt to say their names, but drops attack points down to 0. If he's destroyed by card effects, he floats into either an Albaz or into a Despia, so super good. And then one of their big boys, big burn damage, and then he can steal and interrupt your opponent's plays by special summoning or banishing an extra deck monster from their graveyard to your side of the field. Moving on to the Albaz engine of it. 3 light dragons. Or 2 light dragons, sorry, I know how to count. 1 glory, 1 dash, and then 1 titan. This one allows me to set any branded spell or trap from my deck to the field, and then if he's fusion summoning, he allows me to fusion summon again by banishing materials. Protects target protection, calm destruction, just a big beater. And glory, dash, and titan share all the same effects. Special summon Albaz, and then each one would, if you want to, special summon their respective lower parts. So in this case, you have Dogmatica, Tri-Brigade, and Spriggans. So doll package, I think this little package can easily be cut out. Like, I can just cut construct out, just keep these 2 just for storage. And then 1 pop. So, not the most exciting deck profile. I know this is my first try, but please give me some support. I'm on my way up. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.